Welcome to the first video on this channel. I wanted to share with you how cycle syncing, working with my menstrual cycle, has absolutely changed my life and how it has made me the person who I am today. My periods were quite painful, and honestly, having a menstrual cycle, having a period was a burden. I saw my mother suffer with a lot of menstrual pain, and I honestly just didn't want it. And it all changed for me about 7 years ago when I was swimming in the sea in Romania randomly, but not randomly at all, because I got my period that day and it was full moon. Something literally stirred in me, like, I remember this. I remember working with this. I remember the connection between woman and moon and the rhythm and the 28-day cycle. Suddenly I remember that our biology, our microsystems are connected to the larger ecosystems around us. I had no idea how, I had no idea why, but that moment of stillness during that festival when I was swimming in the sea awakened me. And that was the moment when I officially became obsessed with the menstrual cycle. And I started researching, I started to put a lot of effort into finding any material. And when I slowly started to implement this knowledge, so much shifted. A great example are my relationships. I used to lash out during the luteal phase. I had no idea I was in the luteal phase or even that something like that existed. So I basically sabotaged my relationships, my creative projects, everything I did I wanted to destroy during that time. Why do I want to break up with my partner? That was a regular occurrence for me. So the first shift I noticed was actually in the luteal phase, and like how understanding what is going on during that time biologically, mentally, spiritually, I could actually harness that energy. Not only do I feel better during that time, it's actually become my favorite phase because there's so much healing potential there. It's like the truth-telling moment of the cycle. Not to mention my romantic relationships, when I actually could explain my needs and find the right people who actually respect them. My female friendships have become so much more fulfilling. It helps me understand them better and them understand me better. The only thing we have to say is what day of the cycle we are on. I also used to have like really strong social anxiety. It actually appeared during random times, which of course turned out to be in the luteal phase and in menstruation, where usually I pressured myself to be the same like I am, but it didn't work. It didn't click for me that actually it's because I'm not giving myself space and time to be with myself. And that actually this pull in that I feel during this time is sacred. It's beautiful. It takes me into my inner world. It reminds me to do more self-care, to take care of myself. I'm so much more gentle with myself. I really truly believe like this is true self-care, because you acknowledge that you are cyclical and you change and you have different needs, and that is okay. I don't need to pressure myself because my ovulation version is not going to be the same as my menstrual version, and none of them are worse. I love both of them. They just have different purposes. And my social anxiety disappeared. Another massive thing is goals. Like I know how to achieve them without burning out. I think honestly that's one of the best things I've discovered, is like actually learning how to manage my energy. And I also started to notice differences in my productivity and my creativity because I'm an artist. I've been painting since I can remember. I started to notice that there are literally perfect times for brainstorming and channeling ideas, and the ideas had like this different quality, this different potency in them. And that influenced the quality of my work. Ovulation became super juicy, because when I started to rest in menstruation, then the ovulation became so much more powerful. I started to notice that I get so much more shit done, even though theoretically I'm resting more. That's the paradox. Last area, the most difficult area, was menstruation. So the pain and discomfort, but learning about how to eat cyclically, how to take care of the inflammatory processes in my body. Also learning how to be still and present with the energy that appears during that menstruation. It turned out, of course, that menstruation can be actually truly ecstatic and blissful. And I feel like crying because in menstruation I started to heal so much of my anger, resentment, sadness, disappointment, grief. And I also accessed this sense of home and connection that's something bigger than me, that holds me, that holds all of us. And it became my spiritual practice. So working with my menstrual cycle improved literally the quality of all areas of my life. Romantic relationships, friendships, creativity, projects, productivity, mental health, physical health as well. Literally everything. So of course I feel so passionate about sharing this with other women. Honestly, even more, I think it's our right to have access to this wisdom. So if you feel called to work with your menstrual cycle and you don't know where to start, then you can find all of my free offerings and the beginner kit in the link underneath this video.